Good morning, everyone. If you can all please take your seats, our students are lined up and ready to go. We're going to begin the processional in just a few minutes. Ready? I see a few people straggling in, so we're just going to wait, allow them to get seated. Welcome again. Our students will be proceeding in from the gymnasium. They will be coming out and fanning through this aisle. They will remain standing while the other students come in so that you can take a picture of them from your seat as well. Please know we also have plenty of district photographers around to capture those special moments because we do know you want to get close, but we do want to maintain our social distance and make sure that everyone is safe. Okay, Mr. JP, I think we're ready to begin.
Good morning, members of the Board of Education, Dr. Canis, Dr. Gately, Mr. Agone, Ms. Mamalito, faculty, parents, honored guests, and fellow students. I am Samantha Pernito.
I am Asher Hirsch.
And I am Sophia Ng.
We would like to welcome you to the 2021 Moving Up ceremony.
Please stand for the presentation of colors and remain standing for the pledge of the flag.
It's going to be so uneven.
Famous?
Girls care about uneven cans, Asher.
Are you getting a tan?
Yeah.
And we have to have like a hand over our hearts, but you also have to protect our face from the sun.
I think
Asher, you don't want an uneven can. It's not pretty.
Okay, come on.
Oh, yes, wait for assembly salute.
Assembly salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard retreat.
Please be seated. Mr. Mark Hamburg, President of the Board of Education, will present the welcome.
So good morning, everybody. I think one of the things that makes this fun and these ceremonies fun is that because we're such a small community, to see such an overlap in families from Sunday to today, and as you walk around and say good morning, it's really just such a special 48, 72 hours, and really, so congratulations to everybody, congratulations to everyone celebrating today, and of course from Sunday and all the good things that we get to do. Thank you, Mr. Gone, for letting me speak on behalf of the Board of Education this morning. And of course, congratulations to all of our 7th graders, soon to be 8th graders. We're all so very proud of you. So we'll give you one more round of applause. Truly, this is a special moment that I know, based on this incredible, unprecedented year we just had, we are all going to remember this for a very long time. Take a moment and think about that. And while you do, you could turn around and you could look out at your family and you could look out at your friends and really just take a moment and just be proud of yourselves for all that you accomplished, and think how proud they all are of you and how they're thinking about you, how quickly you're moving up, and all the great things that are to come. It's a wonderful thing. We know that you're filled with so many different emotions, and we want you to just enjoy that and celebrate it. And we want your parents to celebrate that too, because there's really wonderful things happening. How wonderful it is to be outside today, knowing we were going to be outside and that Mr. Gone wanted me to keep this quick, and I didn't know how hot it was going to be and the sun and all of that. I thought to myself, what can I say to you 7th graders in just a few short minutes that would have a positive impact on your life as you move forward? So I have an idea as you think about moving forward to Wheatley School, and I want to share with you things that you can do in 2 minutes. You can introduce yourself to someone who you may not know or might look different, and just get to know them and become friends. You, in 2 minutes, can help be in touch and visit more frequently an elderly parent, or an elderly person or a grandparent who you know might have been cooped up because of COVID and now is first getting out and exploring the world. You, in 2 minutes, together with your parents, can Google local volunteer organizations right here in our backyard, and you can see how you can help this summer and get involved with your local community as you prepare to go to Wheatley High School. The point is that in 2 minutes or less, you can make a difference. You cannot change the world all at once, but maybe together you can change it in simply 2 minutes at a time. So from myself and the rest of the Board of Education, we celebrate you, we congratulate you. Have a wonderful summer.
The first essay will be presented by Willow Grosskopf.
Good morning, Mr. Gone, Miss Mamalito, Dr. Canis, Dr. Gately, members of the Board of Education, faculty, parents, and honored guests. When a snowflake lands on you during winter, do you stop to admire its beauty? Or does the delicate crystal melt away into nothing before you can appreciate the fragile art? If a butterfly lands on you, do you stop to admire its beauty? Or does the beautiful butterfly fly away before you can appreciate the colorful creature? Our world consists of beautiful, fragile moments, but sometimes they slip away before we can appreciate their beauty. It's the years as we grow up that we need to cherish, because they could perish just as quickly as a delicate snowflake melts or a butterfly dances away. These years in which we grow shape us to be who we are for the rest of our lives. We've spent some of our years here at Willets Road. This class has grown together, learned together, and made mistakes together. We've found our true friends, made new ones, while still maintaining respect for the others, even if we don't particularly agree. Our class thanks Willets Road for helping us not let these precious moments fade too quickly. We've gone on field trips, had orchestra, band, and chorus concerts. We've learned how to ballroom dance in the cafeteria, which was interesting to say the least. But what I found to be the most beautiful is how we're exiting Willets Road. We are a diverse group of people of different religions, races, genders, and ethnicities. We accept each other's differences, which makes us stronger. With all the violence that has ensued beyond our school community, we've come together to make our community safer for everyone. We are the youth. We are the future. Most importantly, we are the present. We will prosper into the future and into the change. As you all look up and see this class here today, I hope you understand that you're looking at the generation of change makers. In a few years, the world will be in our hands, and I believe that Willets Road has helped shape us to be the better people for the future. Robert Kiyosaki once said, "The size of your success is measured by the strength of your desire, the size of your dream, and how you handle the disappointment along the way." Our success has grown thanks to our time here at Willets Road. I think of life as the night sky becoming day. It's like a large black curtain is being draped over the world. We don't know what lays beyond. But as time goes by, the black curtain starts to lift, and we see a single sliver of daylight, full of color, representing the beginning of something new. The curtain keeps being lifted until it's finally day. You see everything laid out in front of you, and all the pieces finally fall into place, and you understand. You see the snowflakes and the butterflies, and you see all the delicate moments, the precious moments of your younger years. Thanks to Willets Road, we haven't let them slip away just yet. Thank you.
The next essay will be presented by Sophia Ng.
Good morning, Dr. Canis, Dr. Gately, members of the Board of Education, Ms. Dragon, Ms. Mamalito, faculty, parents, guests, and of course, Willets class of 2021. Here we are, seated on these metal chairs, together as one. Look at how far we've come, now wrapping up our middle school years and finishing a chapter of our lives. It feels like just yesterday when this chapter was only beginning. When we entered Willets as 5th graders, we sat in the media center in most likely these very same seats. As one, we were joined in the union of a new start. We've learned the meaning of spark and the meaning of community. We trekked through the same new classes and marched through the storms of exams, lockers, and lunchtimes. We've welcomed new people and made new friends. And we can't forget being introduced to those new heavy binders. Teacher Olympics filled the gym with laughter, and our first intramurals games filled the halls with cheers. But before we knew it, 5th grade orientation passed, and soon after, the whole of 5th grade. Before our very eyes, we were meeting new 6th grade teachers and exploring new classrooms. Morning meetings lit up our days, and afternoon meetings set our evenings. There was the excitement of making layers of the atmosphere gods and goddess posters, measuring toilet paper proportional to the distance of the planets, reading in book clubs, studying online tech books for the first time, interpreting different kinds of graphs, and much more. Trends like having hydro flasks and TikToking the Renegade blossomed. We played Foursquare and watched intramurals games, cheering on our friends and ourselves as we participated in teamwork. As our personalities and attitudes changed, so did the world. COVID began to infect and take lives as the world slowly sunk into panic. We went from merrily talking about our 6th grade futures to being sent home for what we thought would only be a 2-week-long vacation. We experienced the novelty of remote learning and grumbled at broken cameras, broken mics, and wrong links. Soon, masks were introduced, and the world saw toilet paper feuds, increased social injustice, and a rising death count. With worsening conditions, we were forced to shut down completely and finish 6th grade remotely. The days, then months of quarantine faded into the week before school started again. Class lists came out, and together we experienced the excitement of in-person learning again. 7th grade, the world of hands-on experiments, friends, and bonds now conducted through being 6 feet apart, having wellness classes, mask breaks, and cohorts. Together, we conquered the stress of NHD and 7th grade research projects. We used Noodle Tools, Google Meet, and Kami. We faced test weeks of 2, 3, or even 4 exams in a week, projects, and short stories. Our first midterms in math and science were tackled, and we went on to write essays and do debates. We did state tests and prep. Musically, we started having outdoor band lessons, virtual band pieces, and playing string instruments and singing with a mask. Sports continued and clubs continued remotely, and sports gave us the best athletic experiences available during this challenging time. Now, we're graduating. The word graduate is filled with bittersweet joy. It symbolizes all that the past is and moving on from it. It symbolizes a closed book and a fresh, blank page. But for us, it will have a different meaning. It will mean growing, surviving in a difficult time. It will mean prevailing. It will mean togetherness, because if there's one common denominator throughout our whole middle school journey, it's us. And just like middle school, we will embrace the next mountain to climb. High school, together. We will embrace each other, and we will become reborn. Pope John Paul II once said, "The future starts today, not tomorrow." Fellow graduates, let's start our futures now. Thank you, everyone.
Willets Road Leadership Awards will be presented by Christine Dragon, Miss Danielle Marmalito, Miss Kristen Griswold, and Miss Bridget Lennon.
Good morning, everyone. Success, pride, action, respect, and kindness. These words are the basis of Spark, our school's commitment to a positive learning environment. We have seen that when students take pride in their actions, show kindness, and give respect to others, our school and community benefit.
This year's Spark Awards are given to 7th grade students that have been recognized for going above and beyond, always offering to lend a helping hand, help a peer, volunteer for fundraisers, and will always do it with a smile. Today, we would like to recognize the following 10 students for embodying the tenets of Spark. When you hear your name, please join us on the stage.
Violet Brush.
Here, let me start. Olivia Del Broccolo.
Christy Galvin.
Anna Hahn.
Brandon Jiang.
I know. Christian Morales.
Abigail Oken.
Krish Patel.
Samantha Pranito.
And Mia Eustick. These are students who help create a sense of community in their classrooms and in our school. They are accepting of others, show empathy to their peers, and demonstrate acts of kindness every single day. They set an example that all of us can follow.
We are truly honored to celebrate these 7th graders. You truly are the personification of this award. Congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to see everyone smile. The Leadership Award is given to a student who demonstrates a strong character and is a leader among the school community. Michael Jordan has said, "Earn your leadership every day." And this quote precisely describes this year's recipient, Alex Golub. Alex is a true leader. He is a conscientious and insightful student who is always willing to help his classmates and teachers if the need ever arises. When working in groups, he takes charge, but always listens to the ideas of others and is appreciative whenever others offer advice, help, or guidance. Alex sets an example for others to follow. He is respectful and polite, saying please and thank you, and holds doors for others. He's a leader both in class and on the field, participating in soccer, track, and baseball. One of Alex's most endearing qualities is his willingness to show compassion and empathy for both his peers and adults alike. Congratulations, Alex.
And I'm here to present the Principal's Award. The Principal's Award is awarded each year to a student who has shown success in all areas at Willets Road. It's awarded to a student who embodies the tenets of Spark, is a strong leader, excels academically, and extends themselves beyond the walls of the classroom while remaining involved in all of our communities and helping others. And this year's recipient certainly exemplifies those characteristics. Please join me in welcoming Shannon Flackner to the stage. As a student athlete, Shannon has excelled both on and off the field. Even with undefeated records and top times in both track and cross county, she continues to be a humble and supportive teammate. In the classroom, she's an exemplary student. She was voted captain of her debate team in social studies because she sees the best in everyone. She includes others. She's respectful, kind, hardworking, and always eager to learn. It's my honor to congratulate Shannon on earning this year's Principal Award.
The certificates will be presented by Ms. Christine Dragon, Ms. Danielle Mamalito, Dr. Mary Beth Cook, Mrs. Kristen Griswold, Mrs. Bridget Lennon, and Mr. Patrick Shanahan. Oh. Oh, okay.
Do you want me to pull it? I'm going to pull it back. Sorry, we just had a little change in our plans. Before I do the certificates, I'm going to say a few words. Once again, I'd like to welcome the very many people who have already been welcomed, but our families, our teachers, our district administrators, Ms. Mamalito, Dr. Mazza, Mr. O'Brien, Dr. Feeney, Mr. Chemnitzer, as well as members of our central administrative staff, Dr. Gately, Ms. Casangwe, Dr. Canis, and to our Board of Education members in attendance, Mr. Camberg, Mr. Keith, and of course, Mr. Hirsch, who is serving in multiple capacities this morning as a proud parent as well. Our most important guests as well, the class of 2021. Before I begin my address today, I would like to take a moment to say a tremendous thank you to the individuals who worked hard to make sure that today was possible in what I've been calling our DIY moving up ceremony. Mrs. Lennon and Ms. Griswold have spent months ensuring that today's ceremony was safe, intimate, and featured our most important guest, you. Our PTO supported our efforts by helping communicate, setting up our step and repeat for later pictures, having gifts for the students when they come in, and for just being our cheerleaders. Ms. Mamalino joined our faculty this year in the toughest of circumstances, but has brought tremendous energy and effort with her. Mrs. Flecker and Mrs. Maney have never made so many phone calls, revisions, and reprints as they did this year, but their work has paid off for our organized event. Mrs. Hardy and Miss Brew were devastated when Outdoor Ed weren't running this year, but as you can see, Mrs. Hardy got to work quickly making beautiful art for our hallways, our beautiful banner above, and she and Miss Brew today are our district photographers to make sure that these pictures wind up in your special yearbook insert. Ms. Kasangwe, Dr. Gately, and Dr. Canis, Mr. Fusco spent many hours listening to my revised plans, walking the grounds with me, answering late-night emails about our setup and protocol. And Mr. Chemnitzer and Mr. JP humored me with my request to live stream a ceremony from outside without a power source. And finally, Mr. Doyle and Mr. Smith and our whole team from Buildings and Grounds built us this stage and set up these chairs in the hot sun over and over again until we got it right. So please join me in giving a round of applause to all of those individuals. Standing in this parking lot, and yes, I didn't think I'd begin a speech with that phrase. Standing in this parking lot, though, I am reminded of one of our first moments of the 2020 school year. On a roasting hot day in August, those of you coming for in-person instruction drove up one by one to drop off your supplies for this unknown school year. Being that it was your first time at Willets Road in nearly 5 months, you approached with a mixture of timid caution and excitement, wearing your masks, getting to meet your teachers at the folding tables with care and anticipation. Those of you who began the year learning remotely most likely spent that afternoon at home, cleaning up your Chromebook, setting up your desk to prepare for a completely new version of school. For some of you, smiles were hidden behind your masks. For others, they were hidden behind your fear and worry about entering the unknown. And yet, here we are, nearly 11 months later, having completed over 180 days of instruction with your classroom, your classmates, your teachers, and our school community. As an English teacher and a mom to 3 young boys, I cannot help but relate this to one of our favorite bedtime stories, Jabari Jumps by Gaia Cornwall. If you don't know the story, it's about a little boy named Jabari who recently passed a swim test and wants to jump off the high diving board at the public pool. He and his family watch other children leap off the board with ease, but each time he tries to climb up, he hesitates. After a pep talk from his dad, who tells him it's okay to feel scared, and it helps to take a deep breath until you're ready, because you never know what is on the other side. Jabari climbs up to the top. He takes that deep breath, and he leaps off the diving board, using his bravery to conquer his fear. He hits the water with a splash and decides to try a double backflip next. Each and every one of you used your bravery this year when you approached our return to school. Whether you were embarking on a journey to learn remotely or crossing the physical threshold at Willets Road, you had to leap into the unknown. Many of you probably had to take quite a few deep breaths until you were ready. I know I did. But the fact that you're all sitting here in front of me today means that you did it. You put on your mask, you washed your hands, and you tried something new you'd never tried before. By using your bravery, we were able to have a completely extraordinary year together with many silver linings. In your cohorts, you developed deep bonds and became like families. In wellness, you learned to sit together and truly listen to each other as you shared who you are in your community circles. And you spent many gorgeous afternoons outside at Willets Road playing on these fields with the energy and excitement that these fields have not seen in a long time. Though we may not have had all the typical traditions of other graduating classes at Willets Road, you will cherish the memories of field days and field trips before COVID, and the new memories created this year during our Spirit Weeks, Halloween costumes, and Willets Palooza. Even though the year looked scary from up on that ladder, when you took the leap of faith like Jabari, you realized just how many new splashes of joy there were in the pool below. Of course, Jabari wasn't ready to be courageous by himself, and neither were you, most likely. Jabari's dad was a patient supporter for him. Watching from the sidelines, he gave him advice on how to stay calm, how to get ready, and how to be brave. Surrounding you today are your cheerleaders. Your parents made the gut-wrenching decisions last summer about what was safest for your families and best for you. And they stayed with you along the way, wiping the tears, answering the emails and phone calls, and sending their love and support as you took deep breaths and got ready for your leap. Your teachers spent weeks and weeks planning and learning, revising, planning again, learning again, revising again to make sure that they were ready for every possible scenario that would keep you safe and learning while you climb that ladder. The district administrators and Board of Education members spent hours upon hours setting the stage for the school year to make sure that pool was ready for you. So now I charge you with this. Use that bravery for your next leap of faith. As you head off to Wheatley and the world at large, remember you have accomplished something tremendous this year. You have conquered your fears and faced them with courage. When you jump in head first, you learn that you're stronger than you realize. When you look back on this year of your life, you should feel proud of what you have accomplished. And if you remember that feeling, you will tackle the challenges that lay ahead with confidence. You'll be doing double backflips in no time. The pools may get bigger, the ladder's a little taller, but there are so many more splashes of joy ahead for you too. Congratulations to the Wheatley class of 2026. And now for the presentation of certificates, I'm going to invite Mr. Shanahan's homeroom to stand. And we're just going to do a little movement here so that we can keep you safe walking across the stage and stay socially distant. Manal, you can approach the podium. Yep. Go ahead, guys. Start punching. Manal Ahmad. Danny Barkin. Jake Delgase. Matt Denneker. Alex Golub. Brandon Jiang. Owen Kelly. Jaden Kwan. Christian Morales. Sophia Ng. Patrick O'Connor. Sabrina Pizzillo. Karen Piscopia. Samantha Pranito. Phoebe Chin. Avery Schriefer. Paige Schwartz. You okay there? Okay. Benjamin Shamash. Katerina Serletti. And Shiley Urashami. I'm now going to invite Mrs. Lennon's homeroom to stand and approach. Stephen Barrera. Syra Chabria. Evie Claus. Good job. Dylan Casalino. Antonio Daskalakis. Julia DiGaetano. Olivia Del Brocolo. Michael Dio. Bessie Galbraith Chan. Christy Galvin. Abigail Oken. Anjali Patel. Jillian Roberts. TJ Samuel. Ian Shaw. Mark Sherman. Michael Tagios. Abby Toller. And Bella Robluski.
And now I invite up Dr. Cook's homeroom. Ethan Blumberg. Pavitra Eswar. Shannon Blackner. Anna Hahn. Lauren Hauptman. Asher Hirsch. Ishan Kapoor. Stephen Katagas. Nico Kustafis. Emma Lysoshire. Jordan Roth. Hannah Rosengirdle. Max Sarah. Kara Schinder. Derek Silva. Cristiano Tortorello. Callie Zumis. And Elson Zhang. And now we'd like to invite Mrs. Griswold's class up. Okay. Malia Baloo. Violet Brush. Nikhil Chintamaneni. Willow Grosskopf. Juan Jung. Krish Kripalani. Jonathan Kurian. Emma Liu. Tyrone Mai. Krish Patel. Casey Quinn. Neil Reichman. Logan Roberts. Audrey Rogan. Gia Shah. Mia Eustick. And Lila Virgie.
And at this time, I'd like all of our students to rise, face your families. Families, teachers, administrators, I now present to you Wheatley's class of 2026. Students, you're going to remain Standing as we will begin our recessional. And families, we ask that you remain in your seats as the students recede. They're going into the gym where they will get their gift from the PTO, and then they will be out to join you momentarily. We're ready, Mr. Jakely. Okay, families, we cannot thank you enough for your support, for following the very long, detailed instructions we kept sending out. So as I mentioned, your students will be getting their gift bags from the PTO and will be reuniting with you momentarily. We do invite you to take pictures on the field. Do remember, please, of course, stay socially distanced with other households. The PTO has provided a nice step and repeat for some other good photo ops. And we just do ask that you clear out and back out into the parking lot by 10:30 because our next graduation ceremony starts this afternoon and families will begin arriving at 11. So thank you again for coming. We really appreciate it, and your graduates will be reunited shortly.